Hey, it's John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Operation Hope, CEO of Bryant Group Ventures, and author of How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, Rebuilding the Path to the Middle Class, and Love Leadership. This is a serious video. This pivots off the one I did yesterday. By the way, thanks again for the million-plus views in the last 5 weeks in this series. It shows that civil rights is real. It shows that you're serious about it, about taking your life back. And reclaiming your greatness. And I'm glad to add, if you have comments or questions, you can put them down below. I will respond. I'm in Denver, Colorado at the moment, heading back to Atlanta. I'll respond in real time now, or I'll respond when I get on the plane, or I'll respond this evening. I think you're getting the sense that I do these personally. It's not staged. It's not anybody else. It's me talking directly to you. It's unscripted, unbossed, and it's straight talk. I love you enough to speak to you directly. And without any pretense. I'm not running for office. I'm not trying to be president or governor or anything else. I do believe that we are sitting in a moment in history. I do believe that history never feels historic when you're sitting in it. It just feels like another day. I do believe we cannot keep talking about Dr. King's dream 60 years ago and singing Kumbaya alone. We have to celebrate Dr. King and all those leaders and Andrew Young and everybody else, but we've got to get on with the business of taking our lives back. What did Dr. Dorothy Height tell me, the late Dr. Dorothy Height? She said, John, I like you because you're a dreamer with a shovel in your hands. You're a dreamer with a shovel in your hands. We can't just be PhDs, we got to be PhDs too. And we can't be angry for a living. Now this pivots on what I talked about yesterday. I did the Roland Martin show. I love that dude. He's dropping some pearls of wisdom. I'm trying to drop some facts about how you can take your life back. I mentioned slavery. I mean, people lost their mind. I mentioned that slavery was an economic deal. Nobody went to war in the Civil War to save black people. This was about war. Slavery was about building a country for free. And I'll do a whole piece on why slavery and why blacks is actually a compliment to blacks, because we were agents, really geniuses of agriculture, which is why they went to Africa to get us. But this is not the session today. This session is for everybody, not for black people. But when mainstream America has a headache, black folks have pneumonia. So we are all sick. So I am going to talk specifically about this black pain piece, because I think that it is more acute in our community and needs to be addressed. And so yesterday I mentioned this, and people they went off of me. In fact, one dude, I'm gonna do a piece called Uncle Tom. I've never been called Uncle Tom in my life. I actually took it as a bad. My brother in the comments called me an Uncle Tom. I'm reminded that Dr. King was called an Uncle Tom, called a sellout, a wannabe, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther Coon, and a few other choice words. I take that as a great compliment. The next Uncle Tom that produces 2 million clients in their organization and invested $2.5 billion in inner city communities, you should want everybody in your mama to be an Uncle Tom. So it's okay if you don't like me. I like me. I don't have a self-esteem problem. I got other problems, but that's not one of them. And I'm used to being an outlier. So let me speak truth to power. There's a reason I don't want you to be angry. There's a reason that you can't be angry for a living. There's a reason why you can't be black for a living. Because people get you off your game. It's amazing, this technology. My connection was better than in South Africa. By the way, if you're tuning in from other parts of the world, hello. I know Nigeria may be tuning in, South Africa may be tuning in other parts of the world. Okay, I'm trying. It's not me. It's the connection, folks. And I'm in the middle of the city. I don't know what else to tell you. But this issue of pain is serious. Like, I think that after 250 years of slavery, not our fault. 100 years of Jim Crow, not our fault. Ending in 1970, not 1870, 1970, meaning within our lifetime, or certainly your parents' lifetime, that I think that is not unrealistic to suggest, after being treated like human chattel, human property, that 70% of black Americans are clinically undiagnosed depressed. That's right, I said it. I think that 70% of my brothers and sisters that I love so much are clinically undiagnosed depressed. Now, before you think I'm picking on black people, the UN has reported that approximately a quarter of the world's population has some level of mental illness. I think that translates into depression. So if a quarter of the world's population is already dealing with some kind of drama, why would it be unrealistic to think, after all we've gone through, that 70% of us are clinically undiagnosed depressed? How does that translate? One way it translates is in voting. Basically, black people vote when we're proud or we're pissed. We were proud with Barack Obama the first time, Not so much the second time. We voted less the second time. The first time we came out in mass. Now, because of Donald Trump, we're probably going to be pissed. This is the only time I actually think that this is actually a good thing, and we should come out and vote in mass again. But normal people just vote. Like Chris Rock has this great this skit, Bring On the Pain. He's like, you know, brother, like, oh, I take care of my kids. Man, you're supposed to take care of your kids. You don't get a cookie for taking care of your kids. Like, oh man, I ain't never been to jail. You're not supposed to go to jail. I mean, what do you want, a cookie? You want a Nobel Peace Prize? Take yourself and get a job, right? So why is this like a strange conversation, right? Why are we ashamed to admit that we have drama? I mean, Black America, you think about the reality shows, you think about some of the music that we tolerate, you think about the drama in our neighborhoods, and like it's almost like the drama is our open source therapy. And we need to go see somebody. We need to talk about this issue, be honest about it, get it out of our system so that nobody can manipulate you. It's okay if you don't like me, I like me. Here's what I know. If I don't like me, I'm not going to like you. If I don't feel good about me, I'm not going to feel good about you. If I don't respect me, it's impossible for me to respect you. If I don't love me, I'm not going to love you. I don't know how. If I don't have a purpose in my life, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Because whatever goes around, comes around. So when somebody gets you off your game, gets you focused on your pain, pushes your buttons, now you're getting all upset. Do you know your body's 70% water? What do I mean by that? I mean 70% water. And so your organs are sitting in fluid. So if you're getting hot all the time, getting angry all the time, getting anxious all the time, you're literally cooking your organs. Hello? You are heating up all of your organs all the time, repeatedly, maybe even daily. You meet somebody who's 60, they look like they're 90. You meet somebody who's 50 or 40, looks like they're 60 or 70. It's because it's all this internal stress. I think a lot of disease is dis-ease. And so we're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and your energy matters. That's why I said in the video 2 days ago, learn to smile, for God's sake. Nobody wants to deal with your cranky rear end. Nobody wants to deal with all your drama. That's why I told my friends from Black Lives Matter on one of these videos, look, you have legitimate issues, right? And I'm glad that you're expressing them, and you're helping us a lot. But don't just be a one-message pony, and don't just keep attacking people wherever they are and have no solutions, because we may end up with perfect justice and no jobs. I mean, we're scaring the pants off white people. Let me just be straight about it. So if you want a job, I mean, they're not going to hire you. Like, oh my God, I hired them and they end up picketing in my lobby. I mean, heck, I may and add value, and we can do that. Black people can do this. Brown people can do this. Latinos, whites, there's more poor whites in America than poor anybody else, by the way. So we're not the only ones with pain. My Jewish brothers and sisters, 6 million of them killed by Hitler, were disallowed from owning land in the 20th century in Europe. They didn't just sit on their hands, say whatever, and crow about racism. They decided to create portable wealth, which we now call financial services. What do you think Goldman Sachs is, if not Goldman Sachs? A guy named Goldman and a guy named Sachs, two Jewish dudes off the boat with a briefcase who went door to door building a company that we think is part of the establishment today. A lot of Jewish leaders are leaders in financial services because they were denied the opportunity to own land. So they created portable wealth, financial services, and then went and bought land. So look, I want you to regain control of your life. I'm not saying racism's not real. I'm saying it is real. So what? I'm not saying your pain is not real. So what? I mean, nobody cares about our drama. And when Obama leaves office, we're going to be really in trouble because we have no plan. And anger is not a strategy. So we have got to become passionate about our lives. We got to take our lives back. We got to deal with our pain. Go see a therapist, talk to yourself, do something. And then let's put that stuff aside and get on the grind of aspirations and prosperity and success in our lives. I mean, Oprah don't need to argue with somebody. She'll hit you with her wallet. I mean, she don't need, the best revenge is success. And what we need really is our jobs. We don't need all these speeches. I'm gonna keep quoting Van Jones. The best way to stop a bullet is a job. Okay, 9 minutes and 39 seconds. Let me see if I can go to some of these questions. Stress will kill you. You age faster. Bridget, yep. Sheila, yep. Nisha jumps in. Unnecessary drama. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you. Then don't let it bother you. Why worry about things you can't control? Absolutely. If you're going to pray, why worry? You're going to worry, why pray? Byron talks about portable wealth. Mark Love, unfortunately, that's the default word for Brother Spew when a black man uses his energy toward inclusive productivity rather than just being angry. I'm apologizing for that. I'm not quite, you got Mark, give me a bit more detail on that. I'm not quite sure I completely understand. Ronald Carter, I truly appreciate your passion and direct approach. Thank you. Love from Chicago. It's not me, folks. I'm in the middle of the city with a direct connection. Anyway, I hope this was good. I'll respond offline before I get kicked off this line. I'm doing these in bite-sized pieces, like an open source university. There's 1 million viewers already, which shows that civil rights is real. Go to Operation Hope, get your credit score right, become an entrepreneur, become a small business owner, encourage your kid to become an entrepreneur, small business owner, go to our internship program, volunteer to change somebody's life, because it may be the only Bible anybody else reads is watching you. Join the movement of civil rights of Operation Hope, or join Global Dignity, and I'll see you back here later. Peace and light. I'm out.